Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sylvia. I post lifestyle videos twice a week, usually on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I have been working really hard these last 2 weeks, and I've been testing under eye concealers, a total of 8 different concealers, some of which were completely new to me, some of which I've had in my collection for years. And I thought I'd just give it a try, apply them the same way, wear them for a day on mature skin, and then just come back and give you a really close look of my under eye area, which can be really scary. I'm giving you a warning. This is PG-13. Don't let your little kids watch. So before I get to the final verdict, which will be at the end of the video, I just wanted to show you all my concealers that I tested, and I will not reveal the winner until the end of the video, but I will put timestamps in the description box below, just in case you want to skip to a particular concealer. And please enjoy watching this video. Let me know what you think. On the first day, I tried a concealer from the drugstore. It was from Revlon, the Photoready Candid Concealer. And this comes in 18 different shades. It retails for $9.99, and I have it in the shade 030. So this is an antioxidant concealer that claims it can camouflage dark circles, dark discoloration, and also puffiness. So I used a mini beauty blender to blend it out, and one of the first things I noticed was that it really does not blend very well. It was kind of a stiff formula. It was kind of paste-like. It just did not blend very well. It looks kind of cakey on my skin and streaky, as you can see. And I'm not so convinced about the coverage. So I used the RCMA powder, translucent powder, to set my right under eye area with one of those little pointy brushes. As you can see, it really drags on my bag there, which to me is always a sign that the concealer is tacky. And this is after 7 hours of wear. The coverage is completely gone. It's very disappointing. Part of it is my smeared mascara, I admit it, but it also settled into fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm really not impressed by the coverage. It looks streaky, cakey, and just not very pretty at all. The next concealer I tried was from Nars, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. And here I try to show you the color, which unfortunately didn't show because the camera didn't zoom in. So I'm just telling you that I have the light 2.8, which is called maroon glaze, I guess. It comes in a really wide variety of different shades, a total of 30 different shades. So they say this is an award-winning concealer that is medium coverage, and it claims to correct, contour, highlight, and perfect up to 16 hours. You can also buy all of the shades in a mini size. So I used a mini blender, and then I set one side with the RCMA translucent powder. It's dragging on my bags, as you can see. I noticed that right away. And the coverage seems to be okay, but after 7 hours, not even 16 hours, not even close to 16 hours, you can see my dark spots right here. It totally settles into my lines and wrinkles. Dark spot right there and there, my inner corners, the inner corners of my eyes, on the outside of my eye, all of the dark spots are clearly visible, so there's no coverage left whatsoever. And yeah, my lines are really accentuated. The next concealer I tried was one from Starr. This one is called Onesize. Turn up the base, and it's a butter silk concealer. So it comes in this really pretty, elegant looking tube with a red top, very shiny, sweet, and a very thick doe foot applicator. So the thing with this thick doe foot applicator is that you get a lot of product out without even noticing it. So here I'm using way too much product. By the way, this concealer comes in 24 different shades. I have it in the shade Light 3, and it retails for $25. So once again, I'm blending it out with a mini beauty sponge. It blends very nicely. And as you can see here, the color is off. So this is way too light. There's a very stark contrast between my natural skin tone or my slightly tan skin tone and the concealer. So yeah, I picked the wrong color. I used too much product. I was eventually able to make it work with my foundation. But what impressed me the most was the coverage. Look at this. This is amazing. It's a full coverage concealer with a matte finish. It covers everything up, even my bags almost, right? Even when I smile, I wouldn't say that it settles into lines and wrinkles. My bags definitely look better. It just glides over your skin and, you know, smooths everything out, it seems like. It's amazing. It's my favorite concealer so far. So then I set it with the RCMA setting powder on one side and left the other side unset. So it's just, it looks like silk on my skin. I love this. If you have a closer look and just ignore the color difference for now, it just looks really cool. It didn't drag on my bags when I used when I applied the powder with the brush. It did not, and it's great. I love it. So it's supposed to be an all-day wear concealer, and as you can see here, after 7 hours, there's still coverage there. Yeah, it's really good coverage still. It didn't really settle into my lines or wrinkles. Each side looks, both sides look the same, I would say. And I'm very pleased with this concealer. So maybe a little bit here on the unpowdered side, but overall it's a very, very nice wearing, long wearing, full coverage concealer. I've never had one like this before, honestly. So happy about this concealer. See, I can even smile. Next, I tried a concealer from Clinique, the Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. This one comes in 42 shades. I have it in the shade CN62 Porcelain Beige, and it is also a very sleek looking packaging. It's a dual-ended doe foot applicator. It comes with a tiny little sponge. I didn't use it for the application. I used my standard little mini blender. It retails for $27 and it blends out very nicely. Then I set it with RCMA setting powder as usual. Did not drag on my bags, as you can see. It went on really well. And this is also a full coverage concealer, but it's very lightweight. It does not feel heavy at all on the skin. And one of the things I noticed was that it visibly depuffs, and it's also said to have vitamin C in it, which visibly brightens and reduces the look of discoloration. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which plumps the appearance of fine, dry lines, and caffeine, which energizes the skin. So after the 7 hours, there is still some coverage there. It has settled a little bit into lines and wrinkles. So my wrinkles look pretty bad, to be honest. The coverage is not as good as with the one from Starr. Next concealer I tried was quite a bit different from the other concealers. It was the Under Eye Color Corrector from IT Cosmetics, and it comes in a jar. It's not liquidy at all. It's supposed to be creamy, but it's actually pretty thick. It's a concentrate. I pat it in with my fingers because it was so thick and almost unblendable. I thought that if I used my fingers, the warmth of my fingers would melt it, would help me to melt it into my skin, but it was really difficult to blend. So what It Cosmetics says about this concealer is that you discover your most radiant, rested-looking eyes with this problem-solving, color-correcting concealer that delivers highly pigmented, ultra-hydrating, full coverage that won't crease or crack. And this was developed with plastic surgeons and infused with high-performance pigments plus anti-aging peptides, hydrolyzed collagen, caffeine, cucumber, and green coffee extract. So yeah, it is. I would say it is full coverage, but it's really difficult to blend. It just kind of sits on top of my skin. As you can see, it looks a bit cakey. It settles into my lines and wrinkles. It does cover, that's true, but something about it just looks very masky, if you know what I mean. Here is after 7 hours of wear. It does not look good anymore. So the coverage is almost gone. It's settled into my lines and wrinkles for sure. And it just it doesn't look natural. It's just too thick of a product. The next concealer I'm testing is Tarte Shapetape Glow Wand, and this has been one of my all-time favorites. It comes in 7 different shades. I have it in the shade Dream. It retails for $27, and it has this really long, thin doe foot applicator with which you can apply the concealer very precisely. It blends out really well. And here I set one side with RCMA setting powder as usual. As you can see, the coverage is okay. I like it better on the powder side, I think. It's a little bit too shiny on the unpowdered side. I definitely prefer a matte look. Here, I'm back after 7 hours, hot and sweaty as always. So there's still coverage there. As you can see, it hasn't really settled into my lines and wrinkles when I do smile. Yes, there are lines and wrinkles, but it's not terrible. It's lost a little bit of its coverage on the inner corner of my eye there, but overall, it's still pretty decent. And it's okay overall, I'd have to say. Is this a winner? Who knows? Next up in the testing is the Bareskin concealer from Bareminerals. It says it's a complete coverage serum concealer. So the reason why I included this in the test is because I've had this for a long time and I just wanted to use it as well since I've already had it. But when I looked up the information, I realized that Bareminerals actually does not sell this anymore. They replaced it with the original liquid mineral concealer, which comes in 17 different shades and which retails for $27. So I don't know if they are similar, but I assume they are. What I have to say about this concealer is that it's very sheer coverage. It is not even a medium coverage, I'd say. It's very light. When I did set it with my powder, it was dragging a little bit. As you can see here, the coverage is really light, but it's not terrible. It doesn't really settle into any lines or wrinkles, but it's not the kind of coverage I feel like I need. So as a starting point, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. After 7 hours, here I'm back. Yeah, it's definitely worn up. You can see some of the discoloration and some of my eye makeup, which has smudged, unfortunately. So yeah, coverage is not great. Settles a little bit into lines and wrinkles. But I have also seen worse concealers, to be honest, in this test. So it's not the worst, it's not the best. And the last concealer I'm testing in this round is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Corrector Multi-Usage from Maybelline. It has like a twist up, as you can see, where you twist up the product until it comes out through that spongy applicator. I have mine in the shade 122 Sand. It comes in a total of 17 different shades and it retails for $9.99. So I've had this product before, but for some reason the twister broke, even though there was still product in it. I couldn't get it out, so I was kind of disappointed and I thought I would never buy it again, but I ended up buying it again and I'm really, really happy I did, because there is a reason for why this product is so popular. It really diminishes dark circles and you can get full coverage with this under eye concealer and erase the dark circles and fine lines and also diminish your puffiness under the eyes. So it really helps a lot. As you can see, the coverage is pretty decent. The puffiness is slightly diminished. The lines are not accentuated. And this is after 7 hours of wear. It's still relatively good. I mean, yes, it's lost a little bit of coverage, but not horrible. My bags are still not terrible. My lines and wrinkles are not that bad as long as I don't smile. Yeah. When I smile, you can see my crow's feet a little bit. But overall, it's holding up pretty well for a drugstore product. For the price of $9.99, it's definitely worth a try. So here's the summary of the review. Just to be upfront with you guys, I cannot declare an absolute winner today, but I can do an elimination process. I have a few of these concealers picked out that I absolutely do not like, that I can eliminate up front. And then for the rest of the concealers, I'm gonna need your help. You're gonna need to tell me which ones you like best and which ones you hated the most. So let me just begin. I'm not gonna rank order my concealers, but I'm gonna eliminate them. Worst of the 8 is the drugstore concealer from Revlon. I knew this right when I applied it, that I was not going to like this product. I'm glad I only spent $9.99 on it and it was not a high-end concealer. It just does not cover at all and it looks very cakey on my skin. It looks just streaky and it's just not a nice wear. So this goes out. And the problem is, with this, I bought this just for my review, so I have absolutely no use for this now, because this is a concealer I will never wear. Maybe it's just me, maybe other people are happier with this concealer, and that's why I want to offer you to give this away to one of you. I've only used this one time. If you think this is something you may like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, post on this video down below and comment on one of my Instagram posts, and I will send this to you for free. So you can test it yourself. No strings attached. Okay, next. Next is one I've had for a few years, and it's the IT Cosmetics Under Eye Corrector. And the reason why I'm eliminating this, it's because of the consistency. So this is full coverage for sure, but it's too thick. It lays on your skin. You can't blend it in. It's just not a nice look for when you go for a light summer type of foundation or makeup look. If you want to wear this with your full coverage foundation, it may work well, but for something that is a little bit on the lighter side, this is really not a good product. So I'm gonna eliminate this next. And unfortunately, I can't give this away because I've dug in here with my fingers. I touched the product. I've been using this for a couple of years, so I don't think you want that. Next, so the next one was a little bit harder, but I do have to say that I have to pick a concealer or eliminate a concealer that is very popular among others. So please don't feel offended if this is a concealer that you like very much. It's just not a concealer that worked well for me. And it's the Nars. Yeah, it's a high-end concealer. I've had this before in the past. I thought I liked it, so I repurchased this again for this review. It's not cheap, but it's just not as good as the other concealers. It doesn't cover as well, and it looks pretty bad after 7 hours. This claims to be 16-hour wear. Let me tell you, it's not. So this goes away. Now I'm left with 5 concealers. So this is getting pretty hard. So I had a really hard time eliminating the 4th one. I have a pretty good idea of the top 3, but I don't know which one needs to go first. Is it gonna be the Bareskin, or is it gonna be the Tarte Shapetape? As you know, the Tarte Shapetape has been a favorite of mine for a really long time. It's a very popular concealer. It works well. But when I tried the Bareskin, it also looked pretty good in the picture. So these are pretty equal. This is a little bit more on the sheer side, and this is a little bit more medium coverage. So I had a hard time choosing between these two. I'm afraid they both have to go because I want to be left with just my top 3. I still like you guys, but you can't be included in the top 3. Here we are, top 3. So, top 3. I really can't decide. I have the Maybelline, which is a very inexpensive drugstore product. I have the Clinique, which is more on the pricey side. It's a very nice one. It's been around for a while. And I have a concealer that's relatively new. It's by Starr, and it's totally full coverage. I bought this in the wrong color, but I was so impressed with the coverage and with the way it worked that I went ahead and bought another one in a different color. Yes, shame on me, I know. By the way, I bought all of these concealers myself. This is not a sponsored video. Nobody sent me anything for free here. So I just spent all this money on concealers. I've had a few of them already in my collection, like I said, but I did invest a little bit. So I bought another one. I'm going to test this one again because I really want to find out if it really is as great as I think it is, if I pick the right color and I use a little bit less product. I will also test the Clinique again and compare it directly with the Starr one, with the Onesize. And then I will also compare the Maybelline again. So I will make another video comparing these 3 concealers, doing a slightly different routine, preparing my skin a little differently, using a different setting powder, using a different foundation, and just laying out or formatting my video a little differently next time. But I also want you to give me some feedback. Which one of these 3 did you like best in the video? Please comment down below. If I can, I will set up a poll for you to participate in. And if you comment down below, you may as well win this Revlon concealer, which was not the best, I know, but you may just love it if it's for free. I would take it, right? So please comment down below. Let me know which one you like best. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you could take some useful information away from it. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.